in contrast, it maximizes empathy naman and minimizes assertiveness. Because again, they would want to accommodate. Because accommodating types, they get their satisfaction from meeting the needs of others. So, for example, in your group, if there's somebody here who would always want to please the customer or please the supplier, then maybe that person's more dominant style is accommodator, or accommodating. They are more intuitive, of the needs of others. They detect subtle, verbal and non-verbal cues, and they tend to have good relationship building skills naman. No? So because of their high, because of them maximizing empathy, they tend to build good relationships with the suppliers, with the other parties, or with the customers. But the thing about accommodators is that they tend to deflect or give up in the face of conflict. Kasi nga ayaw nila ng conflict eh. Now, it's a big concern for them that the conflict might make them lose the relationship because they tend to value relationships. So accommodators are actually tend to be vulnerable to competitive types. No, if an accommodator is met with a competitor type, chances are the accommodating type will tend to believe that being agreeable is more important than winning. So they would tend to give in dun sa more dominant, which is the competitor style. Next one, is the avoider. Yoli, can you please read what the avoiding style is or the avoider is?
Avoider, low in assertiveness and low in empathy, can artfully increase their own leverage by waiting, may miss opportunities for mutual gain.
All right. So an avoiding conflict style, both low in assertiveness and low in empathy. Avoiding nga sila eh. So they don't want to involve themselves and they don't also want to assert themselves. Avoiders can be adept to sidestepping if conflict arises. If they find that the conflict is pointless, they would just step aside. Okay. The thing about accommodators is that they increase their own leverage by waiting for others to make the first decision or to make the first concession. So whoever first gives in, by waiting, doon nakakakuha ng leverage yung mga avoiders. At the same time, they might miss the opportunities for mutual gain because they have neglected relationships, and at the same time they don't want to assert themselves as well. So mas gusto nila na um, I mean, these types of negotiators are the ones who say, I don't want to give in, but I also don't want to talk about it either. So they're the waiting type. Okay. And then we have the collaborator. Ferds, can you please read collaborator? Ferds, you're on mute.
Rito, collaborator, highly assertive and highly empathic. This make as a creative opportunity to fins in a win solution. May be inclined to spend more time and resources.
All right. So collaborative types are both assertive or highly assertive and highly empathic at the same time. So, which means that they are both concerned in the underlying relationship, but at the same time also sensitive to the needs of the other party. But of course, they need to simultaneously be committed to having their own needs met. Collaborators often see conflict as a creative opportunity to look for ideas, to look for other options, and they don't mind investing the time. No, that's the thing about collaborators. They don't mind investing the time to dig deeper for solutions to answers so that they can find a win-win solution. So that's a win-win. Yung nakalagay dito sa deck is win-win solution. The challenge with collaborator is that they might spend more time than is expected from them, especially if merong urgent na kailangan. Kasi nga si collaborator, they want to find the best solution palagi. Lagi silang sa win-win stand. But it might take time, di ba? When you do win-win, and you know this, if you really want to get win-win, you really need to spend time to talk and negotiate to the other party so that both of you will get what you want.